Hello, this is GenXPCGamerGuy. This is my review of a PC space strategy game called Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. This video will first describe the game while displaying basic information and showing actual gameplay. It will be followed up to express notable things about the game, including what I liked and did not like about different aspects of the game. I will then suggest several improvements and include a basic rating of the game. And finally, express any future replay potential. So, let us get started.
Battlestar Galactica Deadlock is a strategy game where you control the defense of the 12 colonies during the First Cylon War. The content of this game is derived from the two Battlestar Galactica television series. You are the military commander in control of a mobile shipyard, which you use to equip your fleets, and attack or defend areas on the map. You organize your ships into independent fleets, that you can move around the board. The 12 colonies appear on the map and are represented as flags at the top of the screen, along with their relative status and any fleets at those planets. Clicking on the flag or planet on the board gives a focus on the planet, and any details about the colony and fleets in proximity. The most important statistic for a colony is quorum, which is related to how confident a colony is about the war. You need to keep each colony stable, or they will quickly drop out of supporting the war effort. Cylon fleets and mission plot points appear on the map at certain planets, or other spaces on the map. You decide which ships to build for the fleets, how they are armed, choosing officers to command fleets, and researching into better weapons and ships. Once a localized conflict between the colonial fleet and Cylons occurs on the map, there is usually a choice to auto-resolve based on ship strengths, take command to tactically resolve the conflict, or ignore until ready if it is a mission. The tactical combat takes place on a three-dimensional playing field. When you enter the tactical combat, you see the relative positions of your enemy. Therefore, your first decision is to where to place your units. As each turn begins, you plan each unit's projected moves, set the offensive or defensive posture of a ship, the target for the weapons, start any needed repairs, and launch smaller craft. Each ship type has different purposes in combat and, therefore, different weapon layouts. In general, every tactical situation has an overall goal, like general fleet-to-fleet combat, defend transports or facilities, attack bases, or specified mission goals. If you are interested in just the tactical aspects of the game, there is a single-player skirmish mode to battle against the computer. And, you can choose to play Colonial Warriors, or Cylons. The multiplayer is like the skirmish mode, except you now have a career profile to play against other players with your designated fleet in tactical conflicts. Battlestar Galactica Deadlock is not free to play, and there are 6 downloadable modules that you can purchase. They decided to group up the available DLC into seasons, which has 4 in the first one, and 2 in the second one. Purchasing a whole season is cheaper than all the individual modules. For this review, I am just using the baseline game. I bought this game because I am a fan of the television shows. And, I wanted to see how a modern computer game would incorporate different aspects of either of the TV series. My favorite part of the game is the tactical combat. The combat space is three-dimensional, but it plays like a large two-dimensional map, with a limited up and down vertical aspect. I like that the early missions are really an introduction to basic weapon systems, and how to steer the ships. Also, you learn that an important part of ship handling is the ship's posture, which is a measure of how more defensive or offensive the ship's systems can be set in general. This is simply represented using a sliding bar. You will then be shown how this exactly affects the performance of the ship during the next turn. If your ship is a carrier type, you can launch the small craft that you were carrying, and then direct them to attack targets or defend your ships. I do love launching tons of fighters, called Vipers, like the TV shows, and see how useful and deadly they can be on enemy ships and smaller craft. I like the efforts made on the cut sequences that explain the game, and the story as it progresses. The strategic map interface serves its function well enough. The gameplay is mostly moving fleets to putting out the proverbial and literal fires. Unfortunately, a fleet traveling across the map may take many turns to get to an objective or rescue a colony from an attacking Cylon fleet. I am not sure if there is a real AI for the strategic part, or it just follows a randomized pattern. After many game restarts, I finally was able to find a workable way to maneuver the main base and fleets to areas on the map to cover the missions, and not lose any of the colonies in a short period of time. Also, I discovered it was better to make sure the individual fleets were full of strong ships and a command officer before I sent them out. It was better to have fewer fleets of strength and flexibility, than numerous weak fleets. An additional benefit of having a strong fleet was that I did not have to control every battle myself and just do the auto-resolve to save time. The storyline missions require you to fight the tactical battles. I have no complaints about the storyline mission battles, they were all different objectives and at times were challenging to complete. Overall, not a bad game, and I will continue to play the base game. It also inspired me to start rewatching the 2 Battlestar Galactica television series. I would rate Battlestar Galactica Deadlock base game between a 6 and 7 on a scale of 10. I assume that the purchasable DLC would give further depth to the game and would raise this score.
This is the end of my video review of Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, or at the very least it was informative at some level. I am GenXPCGamerGuy, and thanks for watching my video.
We are just getting started on this site. Please subscribe if you like. Everyone be safe out there. Goodbye.